Do you know what it feels like when the father you respected most turns out to be the most pathetic person you've ever met? I've lived 34 years on this earth, and I can tell you, there is no betrayal more cruel than betrayal from your own blood. My father, Robert, was a man everyone admired. He had a business empire, a mansion, a yacht. He had a wonderful wife, 2 good children. And on the surface, he was the perfect father. But surfaces are just surfaces. Behind closed doors, Robert was a monster. Selfish, manipulative, and willing to sell out anyone, including his own son. And I was the stupid son who believed it all. I believed his lies. I believed he loved me. Until he introduced me to Chloe, a young, beautiful girl, and my father said she would be my wife. Life's sick joke. The woman my father chose for me was the woman he'd been sleeping with for 2 years. And she was pregnant. Pregnant with my father's child. But I didn't know that then. I was just a blind son, obeying my father, believing he wanted what was best for me. An upscale restaurant. My father, 62, looking polished. Across from US is Chloe, a beautiful woman around 27, elegant, but her eyes hold a hint of anxiety. I remember that day like it was yesterday. My father said he wanted to take me to lunch. He said he had something important to tell me. I suspected nothing. I thought he wanted to talk about succession. I thought he finally trusted me. But no, he trusted me enough to push me into a trap. My father raises his glass of wine, smiling at me. Nathan, my son, it's time for you to think about settling down. I'm getting old. I want to see you happy, with a wife who will take care of you. And I found that person. I look at my father in confusion, then at Chloe. You mean, you want me to marry Chloe? But I don't even know her. I've never met her before. My father laughs, patting my shoulder. I know. But Chloe has been working at my company for 2 years. I know her very well. She's smart, kind, and will be a wonderful wife. She also just went through a terrible relationship and needs a good man. You're the best man I know, Nathan. The two of you will be perfect together. Chloe smiles at me, a forced smile. I seem mesmerized. Nathan, I'm sorry if this is a little sudden. But when Robert introduced you to me, I was very impressed. You're a good man. I hope we can get to know each other. I looked at her. She was beautiful. She had a smile that made me want to protect her. And my father, he said she needed a good man. I thought it was destiny. I didn't know I was walking into a play my father had been directing for a long time. I and Chloe dating. Movies, dinners, walks. Chloe always seems sad, troubled. I think she's recovering from a bad relationship. I don't know she's pregnant with my father's child. Over the next few months, Chloe and I grew close. I thought I loved her. She was sweet, gentle, and had a deep sadness I thought I could heal. Every time I asked about her past, she deflected. Every time I asked about her ex, she cried. I thought it was because she was hurt. I didn't know it was because she was carrying my father's child. I and Chloe at the altar. Everyone applauds. My father stands nearby, a smug smile on his face. My mother wears a beautiful dress, unaware. I look at Chloe, feeling happy. And then we got married. A lavish wedding, with all the powerful people of the city. My father was the happiest man there. He orchestrated everything. He chose the wedding dress. He chose the venue. He chose everything. I thought he was doing it because he loved me. But now I know, he was doing it to control, to hide the truth. I come home early. I see Chloe standing in the living room, crying, one hand on her belly. My father is nearby, looking like he's comforting her. I am hidden in the doorway. After the wedding, we began our life together. And I started noticing strange things. Chloe often cried when I wasn't looking. She vomited in the mornings. She avoided my father in a strange way, yet I also caught them whispering together many times. I wondered, but I trusted them. I trusted my father. I trusted Chloe. That was my biggest mistake. I catch my father standing too close to Chloe in the kitchen. My father's hand brushes Chloe's. She jumps back, guilty. I walk in. Chloe looks at me with guilt. Chloe, what's wrong? Why are you crying? And, Dad, what are you doing here? My father quickly pastes on a reassuring smile. Oh, Nathan, I just came in for some water. And Chloe, she's a little tired. Don't you know? Women are often very sensitive after marriage. I advised her to rest. Chloe forces a smile, wiping her tears. Honey, I'm just a little tired. Maybe it's because I'm adjusting to our new life. Don't worry. I believed them. I was as stupid as a child. I saw the signs, but I ignored them. Because when you trust someone, You believe the most absurd explanations. I trusted my father. I trusted my wife. I didn't believe they could betray me. But they did. They betrayed me from the very first moment. One night, I hear Chloe crying in the bedroom. She's on the phone with my father. Robert, I can't keep pretending anymore. I can't live with this. Every day I look at Nathan. I see you, and I can't take it. You said this would be a solution, but it's not. It's a nightmare. Chloe, you have to stay calm. If you ruin everything, it will all fall apart. Nathan will find out the truth. Eleanor will find out. The company will collapse. Do you want that? Do you want everything to fall apart just because you can't control yourself? Chloe cries, her voice weak. But the baby is yours. I can't pretend it's Nathan's. I can't. My child will be Nathan's child. Nathan will raise it. Nathan will love it. That's why I chose him. He'll make a better father than me. And I'll take care of both of you. You'll have everything you want. Just trust me. I stand outside the door, paralyzed. I lean against the wall, numb. I heard everything. I stood there, unable to move, unable to breathe. My father, my wife, my father's child in my wife's womb. Everything I thought I had, a family, a future, a father to respect, it all crumbled in a moment. I didn't go in. I didn't say anything. I left. I walked out of the house and walked until sunrise. I walk in at 6 a.m. My face is tired, clothes disheveled. Chloe sits on the sofa, looking worried. My father is also there. Chloe must have called him. I spent the whole night thinking. I spent the whole night asking myself if I could forgive. But when I saw my father's face that morning, that calm, smug look as if nothing had happened, I knew there would be no forgiveness. No mercy. Only the truth. And the truth would destroy everything. So I heard everything. Last night, I stood outside the bedroom door and heard everything. Do you want to know what I heard? Chloe goes pale. She stands up and rushes toward me. Nathan, let me explain. I'm sorry, my love. I didn't mean to. Robert told me this was the only way. He said you would understand. He said. I pushed Chloe away, not looking at her. Don't call me my love. Never call me that again. You're pregnant. Pregnant with my father's child. And you were going to let me raise it. How long were you going to live this lie? How long? My father stands up, his outward composure belying his worried eyes. Nathan, you have to understand. I did this for the family. I did this to protect Chloe and the baby. You can't tell anyone. You can't destroy everything just because of a little personal hurt. I let out a cold, bitter laugh. For the family? You slept with my future wife. You forced me to marry her to cover up your mistake. And you say that's for the family? Don't you have any shame? Do you know you're the worst person I've ever met? My father steps closer, his voice threatening. You shut up right now. I'm your father. You can't talk to me like that. If you dare tell anyone, I'll disinherit you. You won't get a penny. You'll have nothing. You think I want your money? You think I care about your empire? I don't need anything from you. I don't need anything from who you are. You can keep it all. But I will tell Mom. I will tell Diana. I will tell the whole world who you are. A rotten man. A traitor. A coward. Chloe collapses to the floor, sobbing. Please stop. Both of you stop. I can't take this anymore. I was wrong. I did a terrible thing. But I'm begging you. Nathan, don't do this. Don't destroy everyone. I'm begging you. I look at Chloe, devoid of emotion. You had a chance to tell the truth. You had a chance to avoid all of this. But you chose to lie. You chose to deceive me. You chose to let me live in a nightmare. Do you know what it feels like to find out your wife is pregnant with your father's child? Do you know how terrible it is? Now you have to live with the consequences. That same evening, I sit in my office, calling my mother and sister. I tell them everything, my voice final. I called my mother. I told her everything. I told my sister everything. And I saw the collapse of my family in their own eyes. My mother, a strong woman, didn't cry. She just went silent. Her silence was more terrifying than any scream. My sister, Diana, she screamed. She called my father names I'd never heard. And then, she too went silent. My mother sits in the living room, her face pale. She holds the phone, calling my father. Robert, I just talked to our son. He told me everything. Everything. My son married my husband's mistress. My husband's mistress is pregnant with my husband's child. And my husband orchestrated it all. Do you want to explain? Can you explain, Robert? My father responds, trying to sound calm. Eleanor, calm down and let me explain. It's not what you think. I just wanted to protect. My mother cuts him off. Protect? Protect what? Protect your mistress? Protect your bastard child? Do you know what you've done, Robert? You've destroyed this family. You've destroyed Nathan. You've destroyed me. I've lived with you for 30 years. 30 years. And you did this behind my back. With my son. With your woman. What are you? Diana bursts into the room, furious. Dad, how could you do this to Nathan? To Mom? To all of us? Do you know how much Nathan is hurting? Do you know what your son is going through? You're a monster. My father tries to stand his ground, but he realizes he's lost everything. I did this for you. I did this to protect the family name. You don't understand anything. The family name? You threw that name in the trash the day you started sleeping with her. Don't tell me you're protecting anyone but yourself. This is not protection. This is manipulation. This is selfishness. And I won't stay a second longer with someone like you. Chloe sits in her bedroom, one hand on her belly. She sobs. A letter lies on the table. She has written to my father, promising to leave. My mother threw my father out of the house. She said she never wanted to see his face again. Diana cut off contact. And I couldn't forgive. Not then. But Chloe, she completely fell apart. And then the worst happened. Chloe cries in the bedroom. Suddenly she screams in pain, one hand gripping her belly. Blood begins to soak through her dress. She collapses to the floor, screaming. No, no, the baby. Help me. Please help the baby. I rush in, see Chloe covered in blood. I'm paralyzed, not knowing what to do. But then I run out, calling an ambulance. I called an ambulance. I held Chloe on the floor. Her blood was all over my hands. And I couldn't stop thinking, that baby wasn't mine. But it was still a life. An innocent life. Hospital. Chloe on the hospital bed, her face pale. I stand beside her, my face filled with emotion. The doctor walks out, shaking his head. I'm so sorry. We did everything we could, but she miscarried. The baby is gone. Chloe collapses, sobbing. She looks at me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to everyone. I don't deserve forgiveness. I made everything worse. And now I've lost it. I've lost my child. This is my punishment. I look at Chloe, with pain and pity in my eyes. I couldn't cry for her. I couldn't cry for the baby. Maybe because I was too numb. Maybe because I was too tired. But I can tell you, in that moment, I saw the whole collapse. I saw what selfishness and lies can do. And I swore I would never become like my father. A year later, I sit in my office, a small, modest space. No more mansion, no more company. I have a new job as an independent architect. My face is calmer now, but my eyes still carry a deep sadness. A year passed. I cut off contact with my father. My mother got divorced. Diana lives in another city. Chloe disappeared. I heard she moved to another state, starting a new life. I hope she finds peace. I hope the same for myself. I walk in the park. I meet my father, Robert, looking much older, tired, without his polished appearance. He tries to reach out to me, but I pull away. Nathan, my son, I'm sorry. I know I did a terrible thing. I want to ask for your forgiveness. Can I? I've lost everything. Your mother, the company, my reputation. I only have you left. I look at my father, my gaze devoid of anger, but also devoid of affection. You're sorry? You think a simple apology can fix everything? You think I can forget what you did? You betrayed me. You betrayed Mom. You betrayed the entire family. And now, when you've lost everything, you want my forgiveness? That's not repentance. That's selfishness. You're still the same selfish person you always were. My father bows his head, tears streaming down his face. You're right. I was selfish. I didn't think of anyone but myself. And I paid the price. But you're the only son I have left. Can't you give me one more chance? One last chance. I look at my father for a long moment. Then I shake my head. You've run out of chances. You used them all the day you forced me to marry Chloe. You used them all the day you lied to me. You used them all the day you lost everything. I won't give you that chance because you won't change. I know you won't change. You'll repeat the same mistakes. And I can't let myself get hurt again. I walk away, leaving my father behind. My father stands there, alone in the park. I don't look back. I walked away and never looked back. That was the last time I saw my father. I heard he left the city, living a reclusive life. I don't know if he found peace, but I hope he learned his lesson. For me, that was the end of a chapter. A painful chapter, but a necessary one. I sit in my small home. I look out the window. Outside is a green garden, 2 children playing. A woman walks out, She is my new wife, standing with me, watching the children play. My face holds a warm smile. Life isn't easy. It took me a long time to heal, but I rebuilt my life. I have a loving wife, children, and a job I love. I'm not rich. I'm not famous. But I have the most valuable thing, peace. I don't hate my father anymore. I don't hate Chloe. I've moved past all of it. I just hope that whoever is watching this story and is in a similar situation, remember this. You can't choose the family you're born into, but you can choose who you become, and you can choose who your real family is. For me, my real family isn't the one who gave birth to me. It's the ones who truly loved me, and that's worth more than anything. In the end, it's all over. I learned that betrayal can break a family, but it can also teach you how to build a new one. And I did. I rebuilt my life from the ashes, and it's more beautiful than I ever imagined. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.